G'day guys, Dan from No Limits 4x4. Just going to be pulling the dash apart on my N80 Hilux to be replacing my UHF aerial, which my unit is in behind the stereo. There's a nice little void, and I've got it all in the mic unit, which you see down there. So it's in behind there. I found was a good spot for it. And I'm also going to be chucking in a Carbon Car Systems reverse camera switch, which you can just press and have your reverse camera on all the time rather than having to have it in reverse. So good when you've got canopies on the back or loads on the back you can't see out the back window. Good when you want to keep a track on your caravan or whatever you're towing, your trailer hitch. But yeah, so I thought I'd do a little video on how to pull the dash apart or how to get this head unit out. Whether you want to change it to another head unit, you've got to get in there to get to this little switch panel down here, which obviously there's quite a few blanks there. You want to get in to tap into the cigarette lighter power to run to a UHF. There's a lot of reasons why you need to pull this dash apart, and it's not just a case of this centre part pulls out like the older cars. Now everything's locked in by something else, so it makes it a lot easier to know the order. So the first thing to do, underneath the steering wheel, just drop your steering wheel down and pull it all the way out. That'll get it out of the way. You've got two little plastic screws up in the top of the bezel around the instrument cluster here. So we're going to pull this instrument cluster out. As you can see, I've already released it at the bottom here. And they just clip in, but you can see how that clip is actually holding, it's sitting out on top of this fascia. So to get this stereo fascia out, you need to pull this out. Obviously there are people that say, oh, you don't need to do that, you can just hold this out of the way and get these out, but it's locking two pieces in, and the third piece, because this one's actually locking this whole piece in as well. So yeah, you can, but why risk breaking clips and stuff not lining up properly when you're putting it back together? That's what does break your clips and end up with the dash half falling apart. So first thing, pull your bezel out, which I'm going to go ahead and do now. Okay, so we've got the two screws out from up the top, the rest of it just clips around. So once it's out, nice and simple, then we're going to remove this bezel here. So start at the other end. It actually returns around the side a little bit, so it's a good spot to get your fingers in there. Pop it off and then just work one clip at a time, just working your way along so you don't sort of bend it to a point where it's going to break the plastic. You can see all those clips there, so they're about every 120 mil, something like that. So yeah, just work on where your clips are, get nice and close to them, and then slowly pull each one out. Righto, so once that's done, the next thing we're going to do is pull these glove box out, which I'll jump over the other side of the car and I'll show you how we're going to work there. Righto, not the easiest thing to see, but the next thing you want to do is take your glove box out. So you've got these two in here, which lock in behind, so just put a little bit of pressure to bend your box in a little bit, and then you'll just get one, two, then once you get them down, they actually just pull out and the hinge just pushes into there. So that's that one out. Obviously once you've got them out, be careful where you place them. If they fall over, or if they're on the concrete shed floor or something like that, they will mark and then you'll be kicking yourself for ages. So don't do that. Yeah, what we're going to do now, this aircon vent is going to come out and this glove box panel here is going to come out. So they just pull out. There's no screws holding them in. So I'm going to do that now. Righto, so you can see just with a little push or a little pull, we're able to pull this whole section out. Yeah, you can sort of work on getting just the glove box out and then this section. But if I show you in here, so when we put him back together, we're going to clip that one in first and then the glove box actually holds in over the top. But a lot of the time, if you just grab hold of the front section here and here, give it a nice quick yank, then the whole thing will come out. And I'm talking about the glove box there, boys, too. So once these have come off, then this section here can just pull right out of the way. You can see where my UHF is there. So now I've got good access into the aerial, and we'll run the new aerial through, plug her in, and that will be sorted. Then to actually pull the head unit out, as I've had to do to fit the reverse camera and that sort of thing before, you've got 4 screws. So we've got a Phillips head or a 10mm bolt there, and then on the top as well, one there, one there. So once you undo all those, they'll just pull right out. I've been listening to a bit of music while I'm going here, but best thing when you're doing any sort of stuff like this, turn your key off, pull your key out, chuck it up on the dash, make sure there's no power going to anything. So just in case a wire touches or you short something out. But I've obviously had this apart before, but I'm going to turn the key off now and get rid of all the power, and then I'll pull this head unit out. Righto guys, job done. Dash is all back together. It all went together nice, no broken clips, no loose panels, no panels sticking out or gaps or anything like that. So if you take your time with it, put it back together in the reverse to how we showed you to pull it apart, won't have any issues. So yeah, nice and simple. Don't put too much pressure on things. If you're putting a heap of pressure on it and it's not releasing, then there's obviously something else there and you've missed a screw or something. But yeah, this shows you exactly how to get in behind the stereo in this model car, the N80 2015 to current Hilux. Obviously if it's another model of car, you can have a few beers and have a look at it and see if you can work out what's holding what in. Have a bit of a pull here and there, but don't put too much pressure on things, as I said. And if you can't work it out, I'm sure there'll be YouTube videos online similar to this one that'll show you how to pull other model dashes apart. But yeah, job's all done. UHF aerial's on, it's working well. Got the knockdown bracket on it, so it's great for when you're going under low car parks and things like that. Yeah, but while we were going, I just sort of give you a quick little rundown on this Carbon Car Systems reverse camera on switch. So it's it's a factory reverse camera that comes with that head unit, and you know, obviously when you throw it in reverse, whether it's auto or manual, it picks up the active and puts the camera on. But as soon as you're out of reverse, you can't use it. So I've had multiple times with this canopy on the back and stuff where you just really like to be able to see out the back when you're in traffic, or if you've got a load or bike on behind your canopy or something, you'd like to be able to see that it's still standing up. Or there's heaps of reasons. If you're towing a caravan, yeah, you want to be able to check and make sure your hitches is connecting, everything's sweet. So yeah, so obviously a lot of reasons for it. They're a really good kit, really simple. Once you got your dash apart, it's a 5-minute install. You just literally clip it in. There's only one plug in the back of the radio that has the same amount of pins in the same configuration, so you can't get it wrong. You just pull the one out of the back of the radio, plug it into the harness, and then plug the new harness in where that cable came out. And there's one little piggy tail wire which just then connects to a certain colour wire on that clip, and it just clips on with a Scotch lock type setup. And all it does is it's just an accessory power for the harness, so it doesn't have power unless the radio's on, and it holds memory sort of thing. So but yeah, the best thing with the Carbon Car Systems kit, if you're worried about installing it, when you get it on the packet there's a little QR code, so if you scan that, it'll automatically take you to their installation video, which is really informative. It tells you exactly the colour of the wire, where it is. You can't get it wrong. It is honestly so simple. It comes with enough braided lead now that you can put your switch anywhere you want. I've put mine directly underneath it here, right next to the USB, which is really hard to see because it's dark, sorry. But you've obviously got quite a few blanks there. That's an ideal spot for it. If you've already taken all them up, you've obviously got your other blanks over this side, and all these switches. I've used all them up already, but if for whatever reason you had a blank there and you wanted it there near your electric brakes or whatever, yes, there's enough cord to get it over there as well, so it's good. So yeah, so if you're driving along, you've got it like that. All you do is you hit your camera, it lights up to let you know that, hey, you've turned it on, and your reverse camera will stay on. Doesn't cut out the radio, which I was a bit worried about, so it doesn't change anything. You can still use your unit as normal, still listen to your radio, still change your songs with the steering wheel controls or the controls on the unit, do whatever you want. Another good thing about it, because of that extra wire there, so when I turn the key off, shuts the unit down. When I actually turn the key back on, you'll see that switch is still lit up. As soon as the Toyota logo is gone, it comes straight back onto the camera. So you can actually, if you're towing or whatever, actually all the time. So awesome little bit of kit for the money. They're about 80 bucks plus postage online. So yeah, if you're interested in them, best way I found was just to go to Facebook and type in Carbon Car Systems. It'll come up with a little shop now thing. Click on that, scroll to the bottom of that home page, and you can actually select your vehicle, be it Hilux or whatever you want to do. They make these kits, this particular kit, for all the Hiluxes with the reverse camera right through from the KUN 26. So goes right through from sort of 2007 on, or whenever they had factory reverse cameras. It might be 2011. But yeah, righto guys, well that was a quick little informative video for you. If you've, yeah, we'll keep trying to throw up some videos of little things as we go that we think people might want to know, little mods and maintenance and that sort of thing. But if you've got anything in particular that you want to know, or any questions about doing this, or give us a call, then yeah, then hit us up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave us a question, leave us your comments. Yeah, jump on the Instagram, jump on the Facebook, whatever you want to do, just keep track of us. We've got a fair bit going on all platforms, mainly Instagram and YouTube, so get onto the Insta, subscribe to the channel, and check out some of our other vids, and give us a little hint on what you'd like to see. Cheers guys, see ya.